I cannot help but think what would have happened if any of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders said they were not happy with the $15 minimum wage an hour. Because there has been a lot of outrage in their comments and in the commentary about these girls only making $15 an hour, because that is insane. That is also very much NBA standard. Like, so many NBA dancers get paid shit all for being full face of makeup. You gotta do that, by the way. They don't have people doing that for you most of the time. You're doing your own makeup, you're doing your hair, you're taking care of your entire outfit, you're buying things to make sure the boots stay white. Like, you're investing in this image that is you for $15 an hour. And again, only the Knicks, I think, get paid like $88K a year, but that's to be like the best of the best, and that's still taxed. Like, if we're talking about any other average field, that's not like your ceiling of how much you can make. To be the best of the best would be like $80K a year. That, you know what I'm saying? And so I can't help but wonder if any of them would have said, like, to the producers, hey, yeah, we're getting paid shit all. That being said, they probably would have been like cut off the team or something, because they seem to like not be really tolerating any sort of insubordination on that team. It's very, you know, very Southern, very Christian values, very we do what we do and we do it right and we do it for God. You know, like, I looked at Reese's bio, and it's very stereotypical dancer, like Bible verse, dances for Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, Alabama alum, and then says dancing for an audience of one with a capital O. Now, I love Reese. I think she's such a cutie pie. I just am commenting on like this very hyper Christian dance culture that allows its values to kind of say women don't really need to make that much money. It's just an honor to be on the team. But I cannot help but think what would have happened if any of them said in their confessionals, like, yeah, even if they were just like, it's really hard for me to make rent with only $15 an hour. Like, if they just put in that struggle and didn't act so happy with it, and like, maybe they don't know to be unhappy with it. And again, like, she is about to get married, so she might just be like, this isn't my problem. But I just can't help but think, because of all the public momentum with the outrage on how little they're being paid, if any of them had dared to mention something about that, don't you think Netflix would have eaten that up? And don't you think that would have really helped not just the storyline, but get them maybe momentum to actually be paid well? Because it's not like they don't have funds for that. Like, they absolutely have the money to pay these girls well. Even $30 an hour would make an insane difference. And like, in Canada, the standard rate to pay like dancers an hour for it to be under CATA rates, which is like a certain rates and regulations for dance artists, is $30. I think it's a little bit more than $30 now, actually. So it's just like a standard of, if you want to say you're paying well, or if you want to say you're paying decently, you should be paying at least $30 an hour. Minimum wage should never, ever, ever be associated with performance art. Minimum wage should never, ever be associated with performance art, because performance art is like a high skill level and something where you've put in a lot of time and money and hours throughout your life to have this expertise. So how are you getting paid entry level? It doesn't make sense. And it's only like a dance. Again, I'm really starting to unpack like this whole dance Christian philosophy relationship, and that's how they keep it going, because they're like, well, you guys are just, you're pretty girls and you're expressing yourself and you're doing so well at doing what God wants you to do. You don't need money. You need to be a better performer, and you need to make sure that you keep your abs and your hair looks really good and your smile is bright. You don't need money. And I'm just wondering what would have happened if any of the girls said, even just subtly, that was not enough money. Even just saying, I'm having trouble paying my rent. I have trouble paying for my meals. Something. Doesn't have to be, wow, I can't believe they only pay us this much. They could have just said a little comment that showed that it hurt. And I just wonder what that could have done.